Keep my grass cut, cause I can see the snakes. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. Swear to God, people tripping nowadays. You used to be my dog, and you used to be my haze. Nowadays, everybody out here plays straight. They're always feeling real, but they know what it is. I hear it's being fake, now it's just a doing real. We came from the trenches, and we broke great together. Social media got to trip and change it like the weather. What happened to the loyalty? What happened to the love? The same day one fell trigger just because. Gotta watch your friends, the enemies close. Family say they look and be the ones do the most. Just a couple moves, they be trying to get support. Instead of speaking blessings, yeah, they hating just to score. I'm trying to keep it real, showing love in the hood. They'd rather set you up before they see you doing good. Family cross a family, just to get ahead. They only celebrate you with the flowers when you're dead. Check it goes around, comes back around. What goes around, comes back around. I keep my grass cut, cause I can see the snakes. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. Swear to God, people tripping nowadays. Yeah, I done seen a lot of things on the road. People switch, it don't make sense, but that's the way that it goes. Cause with time it unfolds, all your friends turn to foes. And your heart grows so cold, all the hate gets exposed. I know that they don't wish the best, but I don't break a sweat. I just know that they gon' be upset when I get to these checks. They gon' show me love when I'm a Mexican call, I won't accept. What goes around, comes around, call my habits best. Yeah, and you can go and talk all you want, but it ain't a threat to you. Trying to pull them little bitty guns, but it's just a flex. I done told you before, I ain't the one, so best come correct. I'ma have to treat them like they my son to show them respect. I got friends that are turn into foes, might be set up on revenge, so I keep a pistol close. I'm just focused on some aims, I've been trying to do the most. When karma comes around, they gon' feel it in they soul. Comes back around. What goes around, comes back around. I keep my grass cut, cause I can see the snakes. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. Swear to God, people tripping nowadays. From the road, from the ground, I wanna see you walking. They put you down, just try put it down. When you a clown, can't depend on blood, they still put you out. Hey, pretty much, I say it's my time. See me all the time, so I do it for myself. We serving dollars, a dollar bill, a dollar, take it down all you want. You know we live with karma, that's your mom. She does the project, you just been wrong. Get it high, got some time. One at another, so they told me not to try. So I tried, DIY. 12 pass by, slow it down, DUI. And don't judge me, I'm getting by. Put me on the down, getting mine, and I saw it. Goes around, comes back around. What goes around, comes back around. I keep my grass cut, cause I can see the snakes. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. Swear to God, people tripping nowadays. This is see. Hold on, you caught me at just a bad. I need y'all sharing right now, please. Trying to get people time to come in here. What goes around comes back around. What goes around comes back around. I keep my grass cut, cause I can see the snake. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. I swear to God, people tripping nowadays. It used to be my dog, and it used to be my name. Nowadays, everybody out here plays fake. They're always feeling real, but don't know what it is. I guess being fake, now it's just a do real. We came from the trenches, if we broke bread together. Social media got you tripping, changing like the weather. What happened to the loyalty? What happened to the love? The same day, one they'll kill you just because. Gotta watch your fans, your enemies close. We're gonna get into it in just a minute. Just a couple moves, and you're trying to get support. Instead of speaking blessings, yeah, they hating just to score. Just trying to keep it real, showing love in the hood. They'd rather set you up before they see you doing good. Family cross a family, just to get ahead. They only celebrate you with the flowers when you're dead. Check it goes around, comes back around. What goes around comes back around. I keep my grass cut, cause I can see the snake. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. I swear to God, people tripping nowadays. Yeah, I done seen a lot of things on the road. People switch, it don't make sense, but that's the way that it goes. Cause with time it unfolds, all your friends turn to foes, and your heart grows so cold, all the hate gets exposed. I know that they don't wish the best, but I don't break a sweat. I just know that they gon' be upset. Grab my coffee. They gon' show me love when I'm a plexi call. I won't accept what goes around, comes around, call my at its best. Yeah, and you can go and talk all you want, but it ain't a threat. So you trying to pull them little bitty guns, but it's just a flex. I done told you before, I ain't the one, so best come correct. I'ma have to treat them like they my son to show them respect. I got friends that have turned into foes, might be set up on revenge, so I keep a pistol close. I'm just focused on some aims, I've been trying to do the most. When karma comes around, they gon' feel it in their soul. I need everybody sharing. I keep my grass good, cause I can see the snake. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. Swear to God, people tripping nowadays. From the ground, I don't wanna see you up. They put you down, just don't put it down. Were you a clown? Can't depend on blood, they'll still put you out. Yeah, gritty, trying to say that it's my time. City at a time, no, I do it for my son. Plus you cry, we serving dimes. A dollar, been a dollar, take the dollar and rewind. You know we live with karma, go ask your mama. She passed the ganja, we just been under. Getting high, passing time. One at another, so they told me not to try. So I tried, DIY. 12 past by, slow it down, DUI. And don't judge me, I'm getting by. Put me on the down, getting mine, and I slide. Comes back around. What goes around comes back around. I keep my grass good, so I can see the snake. Separate the real from the phony and the fake. I'm rocking by myself, my own lane. I swear to God, people tripping nowadays. All right, y'all. What we gonna do is I received an inbox, and it was back on one of the stories that we did. We've been doing it since Malia Davis, and I have no idea how this shit continues. What's up, Salty One? What's up? Thank you for watching on YouTube. I need everybody to share, and I need everybody to listen in. We've done this over and over and over again.
First of all, I thank and I praise God that we all have made it here safe today. And I pray to God that your return and my return will be equally safe. Hi, I am community activist Ricky Jason, and I'm also the protege of the late Dick Gregory. I'm here tonight to bring some awareness to the communities in Texas and other states about community activist QUANNEL X out of Houston, Texas. He's been robbing the communities in Texas and other states for 3 decades. Enough is enough. And I'm also the founder of Victims of QUANNEL X. It's sad that people in their 70s and 80s been giving him money and he been lying to the people. It's so sad. So I'm calling on everybody to step up. People been trying to find an address on him to have him served with papers for a lawsuit. He has no address. He meet him at a restaurant. They pay him their money and they never ever see him again. He's also robbed college students as well. They gave him their last tuition money to help them, and he never did anything but took their money. Cornell X is one of the worstest con men on the planet. Cornell's been doing this, like I said, for a long, long time. A lot of people have went to the Nation of Islam and spoke to Brother Robert Muhammad at Mosque 45. They had a meeting in the early 90s. They told the media to go away, and none of those victims got their money back. I get so many calls about Cornell that it's sickening. You know, how you take their money. Some people then gave him $40,000 and $50,000. One lady's son killed a police officer. Cornell promised her that he can get her son out of prison. And she couldn't read and write. She's 70 something years old. She put her house up for collateral, her cars and everything. And she lost everything. She gave Cornell 45,000 and she never heard anything back from him. He knew he couldn't get her son out of prison. Her son killed a police officer, and I told her she was lucky her son didn't get the death penalty. So I'm saying to the world, to the Nation of Islam, he's telling everybody that he's with the Nation of Islam. The new Black Panther Party, he's telling everybody he's the leader of the new Black Panther Party, and people trust this young man, but he's been doing this for 3 decades. And Cornell X need to be stopped. And I'm asking for everybody to share this here. Because what if it was your mother that he robbed, or your sister or brother, or you? You would feel the same way. And he's not just robbing his own people, he's robbing people of all colors. Poor whites, poor Mexicans, poor Puerto Ricans, poor blacks. I mean, they giving their last and he's their hope and they don't know what to do. And I tell a lot of people to file a lawsuit against him, but he doesn't have an address. He's riding in Rolls Royces, Mercedes, all kinds of cars. He became a millionaire off of robbing all these poor people in Houston, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, and other states. So I'm asking for everybody to share this that Cornell X is robbing people. Stop giving him money. That's all I can tell everybody. I have wrote to President Joe Biden and wrote the Attorney General, United States Attorney General, as well as the local Attorney General, to see if we can get some justice done to this criminal. Cornell X, he's a liar, he's a snake in the grass, he's an evil man to people to be taking these people money. And the woman that gave him the 45,000, last time I spoke with her, she lost her home and she was sleeping under a bridge in Houston. That's sad, but people trust this man. And they still giving him money 2022. They still giving him money to this day. I'm getting so many calls. And I tell people to not give him no money, but people feel he's their last hope. And I'm hoping that the Minister Farrakhan could step up and talk to the people around the world to let them know that Cornell X, what he's doing is wrong, because that could be Minister Cornell X, sister, brother, or cousin, or child that he's doing that to. And I'm calling on a lot of entertainers to step up, until it hit home, and that's when people want to get involved. But I'm community activist Ricky Jason, the protege of the late Dick Gregory, and I'm standing firm on this here. Cornell X needs to be in jail. And I did talk to him about this here, and he didn't give a damn. He said he ain't put no gun to the people head, but man, you robbing your own people. Cornell X, you need to stop. If you're watching Cornell X, I say please stop, because the word is spreading all over the planet about you, bro. You're taking these people money, man. People don't have money to give you at a bad time with COVID and all this what's going on. We have a war going on right now, and you still robbing elderly people. And it's sad. And college students, and it's sad. And some people that can't read and write, it's sad to be taking our brothers and sisters like this for a hoop like this, and skinning and grinning and laughing. And I ask you all to join the group Victims of Cornell X 22, and you can see some of the victims on the page that Cornell X have robbed. It's sad. It's sad. I get calls from everywhere, not just Texas, all over the United States. This brother is making his rounds. He's a convicted felon. He's been to prison. When he got out of prison, his intentions was to help people, but it's been 3 decades. You robbing people out of their last dime, and people put their faith in you, and it makes activists look bad. It makes people like Dick Gregory look bad. He was an activist. It make Martin King III, he was a reverend, and he was an activist. It make Jesse Jackson. It makes everybody that's an activist, even Minister Falcon, it makes him look bad too. He's an activist as well. He did the eulogy of my teacher, Mr. Dick Gregory, and did a great job. But I'm asking for Minister Falcon to please get his people to step up to the plate, because a lot of people thinking that he's with the Nation of Islam. And the new Black Panthers are not like the old Black Panthers and stuff. And so I want to bring some awareness tonight for everybody to share this here. Cornell X is no good. So people, please stop giving him money. And I'm going to continue to fight with you all. I'm going to continue to support all these victims of Cornell X, because, like I said, it could be me, it could be my mom. I could tell you something. In year 2000, Death Row inmate Gary Graham shot Sankofa. Uh, Gary gave Cornell $5,000 cash. He promised Gary that Gary had his last day of execution in 2000. You all remember that. Cornell promised Gary that he was going to meet with Governor Bush and he was going to get him a stay. I went on death row and arguing with Gary and fighting him on that to not give Cornell no money, that Governor Bush is not going to meet with him, that Cornell was making it worse for Gary. Gary instructed me to give Cornell $5,000. When I met with Cornell in Baytown, Texas, I said, Cornell, you going to get him a stay? Oh, yes. The only thing he did was came out there, marched, burnt the flag, and jumped in a Hummer and drove off. I tried to reach Cornell. I haven't seen him in months and months and months. When I did bump into Cornell, I told him, that was wrong to lie to a death row inmate. Gary was innocent. Gary Graham was innocent. And Cornell stole $5,000 from him. I'll never forget that from Gary Graham. $5,000 in 2000. I'll never ever forget that. But like I said, Cornell X, you need to be stopped, bro. It's sad that you keep robbing all these people. And people stop giving you money. And I ask for everybody to share this, share this, share this. I came on tonight because I feel sorry for a lot of the victims. They don't know. Some of them don't know how to read. Some of them don't know the law. They're not lawyers. They're not. And Cornell X is not a lawyer. He's just an activist. That's all that people put their faith in. So I'm calling on Minister Falcon to get this message that QUANNEL X is riding on your name in the Nation of Islam, telling people that he's with y'all, and the world is believing that and robbing people. And we know the Nation of Islam don't do that. That's not even their style. So I'm calling on the Nation of Islam to please step in. My name is community activist Ricky Jason, and my number is 409 543 5737. Community activist Ricky Jason, that's 409 543 5737. And the group that I started is called Victims of QUANNEL X 2022. Victims of QUANNEL X 2022 on Facebook. And I like for somebody from the Nation of Islam in Chicago, the headquarters, to call me because QUANNEL must be stopped. Enough is enough. Mr. Von Falcon, I humble myself to you. Mr. Dick Gregory spoke so much of you. You did a eulogy for my teacher. And I'm reaching out to Minister Falcon to step up and come out on QUANNEL X. God bless y'all and have a blessed day. I thank and I praise God that we all have made it here safe today. I pray to God that your return and my return will be equally safe. And God, please stop QUANNEL X from robbing all these innocent people. Good night, everybody.
Okay, so stay tuned, y'all. Victim of QUANNEL. Hi, my name is Latasha Smith, and I'm from Houston, Texas, and I am a victim of QUANNEL X.
Hi, my name is Leslie Bradley, and I'm coming here because I am too another victim of QUANNEL X and his fraud.
Hi, my name is Mary Wilkes. I was born in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I moved to Beaumont, Texas in January of 1987. I've been residing in Texas for over 30 years, and I'm a victim of QUANNEL X.
I had seek QUANNEL on behalf of my husband, Charlie Bradley, because we wanted media attention. We didn't need representation or anything like that. We wanted media attention, and he told me that he would charge me $3,500 to help get media attention. So he was selling Fox 26 News media to us to be able to be represented, or not represented, excuse me, but to be interviewed.
I reached out to him for assistance with a legal matter, thinking that he could help me. So when I called him and explained the story, the situation, and asked him, could he help me? He told me yes, but he could not do it for free. So I basically was like, okay, how much is it going to cost? And he told me $3,500.
When I first contacted QUANNEL X, it was in December of 2015. I assumed he was a lawyer, so I texted him and then I emailed him and he called me right back. So when we got on the phone and we were talking, so I asked Mr. QUANNEL if he was a lawyer, and he told me yes. And I told him it was a custody case in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Could he help me? And he told me yes. So he said the first thing that he would need from me would be $7,500. And how soon could I get it?
So I said, okay, can you meet with me to kind of, explain what, you would be doing? So he came over the next day to my house and spoke with me and my mom. And he was basically saying that because the type of crime that my brother was involved in is like an organized crime ring where it was other people involved. So he was saying that he was going to go and speak to the other inmates and ask them how they knew my brother to try to kind of, see if they would be lying about something.
So I told him, give me a couple of days and I would get back to him. So I wrote him a check in December of 2015 for $7,500 for a custody case in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
He said, give me $1,000 first, and then I will go talk to your husband. And then I said, well, you go talk to my husband first, and then we'll see.
And so I said, okay. I said, well, do I still need to get a lawyer, or just you would be sufficient? And he said, no. He said, if your brother has a court-appointed lawyer, we'll basically get rid of him And because I know, some of the Fed lawyers, court-appointed lawyers are the best lawyers. And I'm like, okay, So he brought out this contract for me to sign. And I was saying, okay, well, I don't have the money today. And he said, okay, well, we're not going to sign the contract just at this moment. When you get the money, then we'll let you sign it.
And then we started talking about the case, and he told me that he could help me. He could help me get my child back. And I told him how long the case had been going on, and he said that it was okay that he would be able to represent me in Lake Charles. So the first time we got together, it was supposed to be March 8th at this foundation house.
So he went to the jail. He went to go meet him, Charlie Bradley. And the reason why we wanted media attention was because the DNA evidence came back that said it was not my husband. So from his crimes that they are charging him with. So the whole point of even dealing with Cornell was because he's out in the media, and all we wanted was an interview. Since my husband was in the Harris County Jail.
So the next day, I called him up that morning and I said, okay, where do you want me to meet you to give you the money, the $3,500? And he said, okay, I'm in the Woodlands. You want to meet me at Starbucks? And I said, okay, that's fine. So I went to the bank, got the money, and me and my mom met him at Starbucks and gave him the $3,500. We wasn't there for about 5 minutes. So he said, okay, I'll be contacting you, to let you know, what the next step is. So, this was a Saturday. So, when Monday came, I texted him and I said, okay, so when are you going to visit my brother? And he said, well, okay, because it's the feds, you have to get approval. So I said, okay, because my brother is wanting to know when you come to see him. So, 2 days went by and I called him and he didn't answer. And then he texted me back. And I said, well, my brother wants to know when you come to see him. And he said, well, I'm still waiting on approval.
He ended up telling me that he was going to charge me $3,500. So I then got a cashier's check to give him $3,500 to get this interview for my husband because he wanted to tell his story because he doesn't fit the description and he didn't have any witnesses testify against him or anything. So therefore, we wanted to bring it to the media and let people know about my husband being incarcerated wrongly, and they didn't have any hardcore evidence to keep him there. So we figured, okay, well, if we can get the media attention, maybe it'll help us. Since the DNA came back, and then they said they had a fingerprint, but they had 2 separate police reports. So, all this we wanted to get into the media. The first report from the DA's office or from their investigator said she found all her prints on the outside, then she turned around and said she found them on the inside.
So when I told my brother, because see, my brother didn't know I had got Cornell X. And when I told my brother, he was like, no. He said, why did Tasha? No. He said, y'all need to get that money back. He said, because they're not going to let him in here. It was like, the people's not going to let Cornell in this federal detention center. So I was like, well, I didn't know. I was just trying to, help him. And so when I told Cornell, and he said, no, sister, he said, I'm very well known that they're going to let me in there. He was like, and plus I'm a minister, so yeah, they'll let me in there. So even days went by, still calling, texting, okay, when are you going to see my brother? Oh, I'm in a meeting, I'm going to call you back. Oh, I'm in court, I'm going to call you back. It was always, he was in a meeting or something.
But at the last minute, Cornell X called and canceled out on me. So I didn't understand why he did that. And he said, because the weather was bad. And I was like, I already had all these people coming, to hear you speak out on behalf of my child, Cameron Wilkes. How could you do this to me? So he just gave me some sob story. Well, I have to look out for my people. So, of course, not knowing better, I accepted it.
I ended up calling, about 2 weeks went by. So I called my pastor at my church and I was explaining to him the situation because I'm like, maybe he's just doing me like this because I'm a woman. So my pastor tried to call him because he wanted to sit down and talk to him and was like, what type of services are you going to provide for this money that she's giving you because she's been calling and you haven't been answering. So he never did answer. So my pastor texted him a long message, and he said, "Well, I think you need to return her monies because she's a single parent. She don't have money to just give away, and you haven't been helping her." He never did respond to my pastor. So then I called my dad. I told my daddy, and so my daddy called. He didn't answer then. So I think my daddy left him a message or whatever. But after that, I didn't hear nothing from him no more.
Every time when I would try to call him on the phone, sometimes he would answer, then sometimes he wouldn't. He always told me he was in court. But I thought this man was about helping people. And he told me he was. He said, "Well, you don't have nothing to worry about. You're going to get your child back. That's the type of person I am. I believe in helping my own." So, okay, first meeting we had, it didn't work too well. So he set up another meeting. And the second time, it was for March the 13th of 2016 at the banquet room. Well, he did show up. He showed up, him and one of his people. And it was not a lot of people there. And he said, "Oh, well, this was okay," because he said, "We're going to still get our point across." So he said the next time that we would meet up, it would be at the courthouse. So, of course, he waited for about a week or so, and he called me again and told me he was going to need some more money.
So the whole thing again, it led back to getting media attention. And so when QUANNEL said that he would sell us a spot on Fox 26 News, for $3,500, we proceeded. I paid him in a form of a cashier's check. And then I also have where he has cashed it. Within a month later, he cashed the check or less. And so I started calling him, and
This is the new blender that is going viral on TikTok right now. They are giving away their next generation portable blender for free if you review them. It's an amazing opportunity to get this.
and I started text messaging him, and he stopped responding. After he got the money, he stopped responding. He would say, before he stopped responding, he would say, "Well, I'm in a meeting or I'm on my way to court and I will get with you." He would say, "Sister, I need to see the transcript." My thing was, why do you need to see all that? We don't need representation. We just wanted media attention. So it was no yes or no, no lies, no people telling lies and telling me this and that. It was none of that. All it was media attention that we seeked to get my husband's story out.
And this is the little paperwork he gives you, letting you know that he said he was a little lawyer. He gives me this little paperwork, asked me to sign it, and he signed it, saying it was for him to represent me. Okay, so come February of 2016, he's gonna tell me he needs some more money. So he needed another $7,500. So of course, me not knowing better, I paid QUANNEL X another $7,500.
Every now and then, I got all the text messages in my phone. I would text him and ask him, "Why haven't I heard from you? What's going on?" He would never text back. So, like I say, this is why we right where we at now, because I haven't heard nothing from him.
So finally, I asked Mr. QUANNEL, I said, "What are you doing for my case?" Oh, he said, "Oh, sister, don't worry about it. I'm a lawyer, and I'm talking to other lawyers, and we try to get your paperwork together." So I said, "Well, have you talked to the judge?" He said, "Yeah, I did talk to Judge Petraeus, and I let her know that we needed a 90-day extension so we can appeal it and get your child back." So here I am thinking that QUANNEL X is really helping me out, but he wasn't helping me out. So I kept trying to call him and get in touch with him.
And I even asked, "Could you give me my money back because you haven't helped me?" And he told me, "Well, sis, I have a lot of paperwork from what I've done." And I said, "Well, what paperwork?" I said, "Because it ain't doing me no good. I haven't seen it." So after that, when he said those last words, I ain't heard nothing back. And that was probably about 3-4 months ago.
QUANNEL stole $3,500 and never done any of the work. Sold me Fox Channel 26's news. He sold me a spot and never gave it to me. So that's why I'm here. And he also told my baby that he was going to bring her papa home. Did he tell you that?
And I told him, I said, "This is a serious case. This is about my child, my grandson, Cameron. What are you doing for me?" And he said, "Sister, don't worry about it. I'm helping you. So I would keep trying to call Cornell, kept trying to call him and asking him what was going on, and he would never answer the phone. He always acted like he was in court. He was busy. But it's been 2 years since I've seen my grandson. 2 years, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. I know Mr. Cornell has kids. I mean, how do you think your kids feel to know what you're doing to my family? That's right, Cornell. You're not helping me. You didn't help anybody. All you're good for is taking people's money. But you know, enough is enough. So you know what? I am going to take you to court, and I won't stop until you're behind bars because you've hurt me and my family so much. Cameron has a sister, Ayana. She's 13 years old. She hasn't seen her brother in 2 years. She is having a hard time dealing with this. But I mean, you don't care, Cornell. All you care about is yourself. You don't care what you're doing to the people. Yeah, you say you're for the community, but you're not for the community. You're all about yourself. All I want is justice. All I want is my grandson Cameron back to be with his family where he belongs. The people that has my child don't deserve my child. They're not even related to my baby. It was all about money. Cornell knew it was all about money. So far as I'm concerned, they probably paid Cornell X off just so he wouldn't help me. And I've paid Cornell X $17,500 to help me with my child, and he has done nothing for my case.
Basically, if he's looking at this video, I just want to say I'm very disappointed because I thought that he was all for helping someone, especially when they're in the time of need and his own people. I didn't think that he would mess over nobody like that. And it's really, it frustrated me because that was all the money I had at that time. And you took it. So now I'm actually paying for an attorney. And that money that I gave him, I could have given to him. So basically, that's, my story.
Therefore, that's why I'm seeking justice against Cornell. I want my money back. And they have a jail cell for you, Cornell, because you can't keep defrauding the people. You just can't. And I'm not going to stop until you are stopped. And I'm going to keep going and moving forward. And I am Leslie Bradley. And by the grace of God, I'm going to keep doing what I got to do until everybody gets their money back. Everybody. Because he's defrauded thousands of people.
So guess what, Cornell? Come May 14th of 2018, I'll be seeing you in court. And brother, I won't stop till I bring you down, no matter what it takes. You've cost me and my family a lot of heartache and pain. You got children. From what I hear, you got 10 or 11 kids. I don't even know. You've been married 4 or 5 times, living in this big fancy house with about 8 or 10 cars. And here I am trying to make it because I paid you $17,500 and you told me you would help me get my child back. But you did nothing, Cornell. Nothing at all. So I hope you see this and see what I'm going through. Because trust me, I'm not sleeping good at night, and I hope you don't either.
My name is Brother Yakanan. I'm the national chairman of the People's New Black Panther Party. We're out here today talking about Brother Cornell, and first I feel that I need to address the community in Houston, Texas. I've been in this community for 4 years now working. I gave an oath to serve the public and serve the community. This was something that was very hard for us to do. This was not a decision that was easily made. This decision to come out against Cornell was made with very wise counsel. I want everybody to know that, first of all, what we did, we went to this brother as men are supposed to do and as brothers are supposed to do, and we asked this brother to do the right thing because we had some problems. The brother agreed to pay one sister after we had a conversation with him, and after that, the brother agreed to pay 5 more people. Cornell later on went back on his agreement to pay the people, and that's when we basically had no decision, no choice but to come out on the brother and let the public know what was going on with this brother. So this is directly to Cornell X. Us having conversations, us talking, that's over with now. We tried that. Brother, you have 2 options at this point. Either you can humble yourself or you can walk in your ego. If you're willing to humble yourself and you're willing to confess your sins before the people and come out here and say you did wrong and you're willing to pay these people their money back, I will stand right here with you. Just as I stand against you and oppose you, I will stand right here with you, brother, while you apologize, and I will stand with you and we will forgive you, brother, for doing the right thing because all of us make mistakes and you can be redeemed. But, brother, if you choose to walk in your ego and you choose to act like this is not happening or you act like this is going to go away, I'm letting you know right now, you're making a very bad decision because we're going to follow this thing all the way through to the end. This is supposed to be about the liberation for our people. This is not supposed to be about us out here stealing and fulfilling a bad name for the Panther Party. What you did to this little sister that I just talked to a little while ago by telling her, promising her, you gonna get her grandfather out of jail, and you gave her a pinky scrap, brother. But to never to pick up the phone and answer a phone call again for these people, that was low down, that was dirty, and it's not gonna be tolerated. Whatever God you praying to, I don't have no kind of understanding for that at all whatsoever. Or whatever God you praying to, your God ain't even no good then. What I'm going to end up doing is going home and I'm praying to the God of righteousness that this be revealed today about what's going on. And I want my God to deliver you into my hands if you're not willing to do the right thing. And I guarantee that this ain't something you can sweep up under no rug. This is not something that's going anywhere. And we serious about what we doing. And the streets have already turned against you, brother. You already know that. When you try to go to different places, the people are going to come out against you and boo you everywhere you going. You know, we people telling us that they know you from the dead end, that this has always been a plan of yours. If this has always been a plan of yours, you had to know one day that this was going to come to an end. And your day has come. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is real life. And we serious about this, man. We want you to do what's right by these people, brother. And we're not going to stop until these people get their money back. Black power, all power to the people.
20 of the richest people in America made their fortunes focusing on a single.
Okay, so listen. Y'all might think I'm bullshitting. We about to do what I normally do. So let me get these phone numbers, and we about to make some phone calls on the live. So y'all can see that I made a concerted effort to contact some people, because I've been on this for years. Let me replay this man's live that this is the inbox I received. It's only 11 minutes. And this is current.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. First of all, I thank and I praise God that we all have made it here safe today. And I pray to God that your return and my return will be equally safe. Hi, I am community activist Ricky Jason, and I'm also the protege of the late Dick Gregory. I'm here tonight to bring some awareness to the communities in Texas and other states about community activist QUANNEL X out of Houston, Texas. He's been robbing the communities in Texas and other states for 3 decades. Enough is enough. And I'm also the founder of Victims of QUANNEL X. It's sad that people in their 70s and 80s been giving him money and he been lying to the people. It's so sad. So I'm calling on everybody to step up. People been trying to find an address on him to have him served with papers for a lawsuit. He has no address. He meet him at a restaurant. They pay him their money and they never ever see him again. He's also robbed college students as well. They gave him their last tuition money to help them, and he never did anything but took their money. QUANNEL X is one of the worstest con men on the planet. QUANNEL's been doing this, like I said, for a long, long time. A lot of people have went to the Nation of Islam and spoke to Brother Robert Muhammad at Mosque 45. They had a meeting in the early 90s. They told the media to go away, and none of those victims got their money back. I get so many calls about QUANNEL that it's sickening. You know, how he take their money. Some people then gave him $40,000 and $50,000 One lady's son killed a police officer. Cornell promised her that he can get her son out of prison. And she couldn't read and write. She's 70 something years old. She put her house up for collateral, her cars and everything. And she lost everything. She gave Cornell 45,000, and she never heard anything back from him. He knew he couldn't get her son out of prison. Her son killed a police officer, and I told her she was lucky her son didn't get the death penalty. So I'm saying to the world, to the Nation of Islam, he's telling everybody that he's with the Nation of Islam. The new Black Panther Party, he's telling everybody he's the leader of the new Black Panther Party, and people trust this young man, but he's been doing this for 3 decades. And Cornell X need to be stopped. And I'm asking for everybody to share this here. Because what if it was your mother that he robbed, or your sister or brother, or you? You would feel the same way. And he's not just robbing his own people, he's robbing people of all colors. Poor whites, poor Mexicans, poor Puerto Ricans, poor blacks. I mean, they give him their last and he's their hope, and they don't know what to do. And I tell a lot of people to file a lawsuit against him, but he doesn't have an address. He's riding in Rolls Royces, Mercedes, all kinds of cars. He became a millionaire off of robbing all these poor people in Houston, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, and other states. So I'm asking for everybody to share this, that Cornell X is robbing people. Stop giving him money. That's all I can tell everybody. I have wrote to President Joe Biden and wrote the Attorney General, United States Attorney General, as well as the local Attorney General, to see if we can get some justice done to this criminal. Cornell X, he's a liar, he's a snake in the grass, he's an evil man to people, to be taking these people money. And the woman that gave him the 45,000, last time I spoke with her, she lost her home and she was sleeping under a bridge in Houston. That's sad, but people trust this man. And they still giving him money 2022. They still giving him money to this day. I'm getting so many calls. And I tell people to not give him no money, but people feel he's their last hope. And I'm hoping that the Minister Farrakhan could step up and talk to the people around the world to let them know that Cornell X, what he's doing is wrong, because that could be Minister Cornell X, sister, brother, or cousin, or child that he's doing that to. And I'm calling on a lot of entertainers to step up, until it hit home, and that's when people want to get involved. But I'm community activist Ricky Jason, the protege of the late Dick Gregory, and I'm standing firm on this here. Cornell X needs to be in jail. And I did talk to him about this here, and he didn't give a damn. He said he ain't put no gun to the people head, but man, you robbing your own people. Cornell X, you need to stop. If you're watching Cornell X, I say please stop, because the word is spreading all over the planet about you, bro. You're taking these people money, man. People don't have money to give you at a bad time with COVID and all this what's going on. We have a war going on right now, and you still robbing elderly people. And it's sad. And college students, and it's sad. And some people that can't read and write, it's sad to be taking our brothers and sisters like this for a hoop like this, and skinning and grinning and laughing. And I ask you all to join the group Victims of Cornell X 22, and you can see some of the victims on the page that Cornell X have robbed. It's sad. It's sad. I get calls from everywhere, not just Texas, all over the United States. This brother is making his rounds. He's a convicted felon. He's been to prison. When he got out of prison, his intentions was to help people, but it's been 3 decades. You robbing people out of their last dime, and people put their faith in you, and it makes activists look bad. It makes people like Dick Gregory look bad. He was an activist. It make Martin King III, he was a reverend, and he was an activist. It make Jesse Jackson. It makes everybody that's an activist, even the Minister Farrakhan, it makes him look bad too. He's an activist as well. You know, he did the eulogy of my teacher, Mr. Dick Gregory, and did a great job. But I'm asking for Minister Farrakhan to please get his people to step up to the plate because a lot of people thinking that he's with the Nation of Islam. And the new Black Panthers are not like the old Black Panthers and stuff. And so I want to bring some awareness tonight for everybody to share this here. QUANNEL X is no good. So people, please stop giving him money. And I'm going to continue to fight with you all. I'm going to continue to support all these victims of QUANNEL X because, like I said, it could be me, it could be my mom. I could tell you something. In 2000, in year 2000, Death Row inmate Gary Graham, Shaka Sankofa, uh, Gary gave QUANNEL $5,000 cash. He promised Gary that Gary had his last day of execution in 2000. You all remember that. QUANNEL promised Gary that he was going to meet with Governor Bush and he was going to get him a stay. I went on death row and arguing with Gary and fighting him on that to not give QUANNEL no money, that Governor Bush is not going to meet with him, that QUANNEL was making it worse for Gary. Gary instructed me to give QUANNEL $5,000. When I met with QUANNEL in Baytown, Texas, I said, QUANNEL, you going to get him a stay? Or yes. The only thing he did was came out there, marched, burned the flag, and jumped in a Hummer and drove off. I tried to reach QUANNEL. I haven't seen him in months and months and months. When I did bump into QUANNEL, I told him, you know that was wrong to lie to a death row inmate. Gary was innocent. Gary Graham was innocent. And QUANNEL stole $5,000 from him. I'll never forget that from Gary Graham. $5,000 in 2000. I'll never ever forget that. But like I said, QUANNEL X, you need to be stopped, bro. It's sad that you keep robbing all these people. And people stop giving you money. And I ask for everybody to share this, share this, share this. You know, I came on tonight because I feel sorry for a lot of the victims. You know, they don't know. Some of them don't know how to read. Some of them don't know the law. You know, they're not lawyers. They're not. And QUANNEL X is not a lawyer. He's just an activist. That's all that people put their faith in. So I'm calling on Minister Farrakhan to get this message that QUANNEL X is riding on your name in the Nation of Islam, telling people that he's with y'all, and the world is believing that and robbing people. And we know the Nation of Islam don't do that. That's not even their style. So I'm calling on the Nation of Islam to please step in. My name is community activist Ricky Jason, and my number is 409-543-5737. Community activist Ricky Jason, that's 409-543-5737. And the group that I started is called Victims of QUANNEL X 2022. Victims of QUANNEL X 2022 on Facebook. And I'd like for somebody from the Nation of Islam in Chicago, the headquarters, to call me because QUANNEL must be stopped. Enough is enough. Mr. Farrakhan, I humble myself to you. Mr. Dick Gregory spoke so much of you. You did a eulogy for my teacher. And I'm reaching out to Minister Farrakhan to step up and come out on QUANNEL X. God bless y'all and have a blessed day. I thank and I praise God that we all have made it here safe today. I pray to God that your return and my return will be equally safe. And God, please stop QUANNEL X from robbing all these innocent people. Good night, everybody.
Okay. So what we about to do now? We about to call Ricky. Let's see if Ricky Jason answers the phone. The man we just got done talking. Put a one in the chat if you can hear. Hello, Mr. Ricky Jason.
You got the wrong number.
Is this 409-543-5737?
It is not. It's
Okay, never mind. That's all right. I'll read out. My bad.
no worries.
Oh, we got a lot more phone calls to make, so stay put. We're gonna call Quannell X too. What's up, Left Eye on YouTube? What's up, everybody on YouTube? Share the video. Like, share, tag, and invite, and react, and subscribe to my channel. Barbara Burris on YouTube. We'll be moving back to Paula on August the 6th. My main page. He's not answering.
I thank and I praise God that we all have made it here safe today.
Okay, so that was Ricky Jason. Now let's see who else we're gonna call. Let's call Quannell X. We've called him before. He just hangs up. Or we get a voicemail.
Greetings. You have reached QUANNEL X, Quebec Advocates Incorporated, the New Black Panther Nation for Justice. Please leave a short, detailed message with a good contact number, and we will return your phone call. Have a great day. God bless.
Hello, Mr. X. I heard about you through just social media, and I'm in need of help. My number is 901-509-2411. I am in need of grave help. I am needing some media attention regarding a case here in Memphis. So if you could please call me back at 901-509-2411. I'm sorry, once again, in case I gave you the wrong number, I'm nervous and upset. Could you please call me at 901-509-2411? And my name is Paula. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling. Please enter your password followed by the pound key.
Let's hope he calls back. Okay, after this, now we're gonna call Ricky back. He may be asleep. If he sees that we called a couple times, he may know that's important. Y'all stay tuned because we got more phone calls to make.
I thank and I praise God that we all have made it here safe today. I pray to God that your return and my return will be equally safe. I'm unavailable. Leave a detailed message and I'll get back with you. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hello, Mr. Jason. My name is Cleo Burris. I'm on Facebook as Cleo Burris. I received an inbox from someone regarding this situation. I have been fighting also as well against Quannell X since Malia Davis, the little baby that was found along the highway in Arkansas. Um, I'm an activist here in Memphis. I have just called Quannell X posing as a victim and needing services. Left the number for him to call me back. So you can, and I as well joined your group. I'm also in another group. I thought this was the group that I was in, Victims of Quannell X. But you can reach me at 901-509-2411 during the daytime hours. Please call me back. And I thank you for everything you do.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press to leave the number from which you are calling, press pound. To leave another callback number, press phone number 90150924111. If the number is correct, press 1. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery, press 2. Thank you. Your message has been sent.
All right, so now we're getting ready to call the NAACP in Houston. I don't expect them to answer.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and try again.
That must be sleepy.
Thank you for calling the NAACP Houston branch. We're sorry that we can't answer your call right now, but please visit us at www.naacphouston.org for up-to-date branch information. If this is a legal matter, please email us at legalredress@naacphouston.org, leaving us your name and your phone number, and we'll be sure to email you a complaint form to complete. If this is not legal, please email us at branch@naacphouston.org, again, providing your name and your phone number and the nature of your concern. We invite you to join the NAACP at www.naacphouston.org/join. We look forward to you becoming a member of our NAACP Houston branch family. Thank you. Bye-bye. At the tone, please record.
Oh, shit. I should have recorded my message. Hold on, y'all. I have the NAACP in Memphis. Let's call them. Hi, yes, I was trying to reach Van Turner. Is this the NAACP Memphis branch?
No, ma'am, it's not. This is his attorney's office. I don't have a call right here. But no, this is not the NAACP office. So
Oh. Okay, well, he knows me. He knows me as Lil Dreadhead activist, and I always call when there's a concern. So I apologize. I have his number on my wall here. But this is an NAACP matter. And
that number.
okay.
Their number is 901-521-1343.
521-1343.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Is he going to be available anytime soon?
I don't ever really have it scheduled here at the office, because he's really not taking any new cases here, so I don't know what his schedule be right now.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good morning, NAACP.
Hi, yes, I'm a devoted member of the NAACP. I probably need to pay some dues, so I'd like you guys to let me know if I'm still current or not.
Okay, I'll give the membership person. What's your name?
Barbara Burris.
Barbara, what's your last name?
My last what?
What is your last name?
Buress.
Burris.
Buress.
Burris.
Yes.
What's your address, Miss Burris?
Let me hold on.
$30.
What other memberships y'all got?
We have the life membership that starts at
$750?
Yes. Then
Oh no, I don't have that one.
$35 for 10 years.
No, I don't have that one. Which one do you get for $30? That's annual.
That's the regular yearly membership.
Yeah, I probably am overdue, but I didn't get any invoice or anything. What do you have to do? Just annually?
I'll give this to the membership person, and she'll look it up and give you a call back.
Okay, I also have another concern. That wasn't what I'm calling about. I have a complaint.
What type of complaint?
This is a complaint of someone that is using the Black community and taking their monies.
Who is that?
Okay, and so if you all cannot do anything, I'd like you to contact the NAAC branch in that city. Do you do that?
No. What,
Okay, well, I don't think you can help me. If you,
is this in Memphis?
it's in another city.
Okay.
I've already called that branch, and I was calling to see if you could reach that branch.
That city's branch in that city and state.
Okay, do you have information on contact information on the
Where is it located?
Houston?
Okay, hold on for a minute.
We still got other phone calls to make. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all did hear my address and information.
Okay, the number there is 972 762 7103.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am?
Okay, let me make sure I didn't call that.
Hold on.
Yeah, I had a different number for them.
You have a 713
Mm-hmm.
526
Mm-hmm.
3389.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main branch.
Okay, and what number did you just give me?
That was the University of Houston branch. But the main branch is 713.
I got that one. Thank you so much.
You have to contact them.
Okay, and so the person's gonna call me back for my membership information?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All righty, bye-bye. All right, y'all, we ain't done. We ain't nowhere near done. Y'all didn't hear my personal information, did y'all? Y'all heard it? Put a yes or no, we did or did not hear your information. Because I gave that lady my phone number, address, and everything. I hit the mute button, but I need to make sure y'all didn't hear it. These people, NAACP, it could be, they ain't answering. Okay, thank you, Don. We still not done yet. No wonder all these people getting closed doors. Well, I guess we better call the police and see what they say about it. You have to file a civil complaint. I already know what they're going to say. I want to see if they know about this. They in cahoots with it.
Thanks for calling KPRC2.
Oh, that ain't who I was trying to call. Shit. Well, let's call the news people and see if they know.
Hello, I'm Owen Confetti. Thanks for calling KPRC2. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. To reach our newsroom, please press 1. If you have a news story idea or need to talk with someone in our newsroom, press 1. Good morning, Cal 2. John.
Hey, John, how you doing? I'm calling out of Memphis. I'm an activist here.
Okay, you called Houston. You know that.
Yes, John, I called you. I called KPRC2.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Okay, I just want to know, have you guys ran any stories or are aware of the actions of QUANNEL X?
Yeah, I know Cornell X is, yes.
You cool with him, huh?
Do what now?
You cool with him?
Am I cool with him? What do you mean if I'm cool with
I
him?
mean, you think he's a lovely person?
I know Cornell. He's a nice guy. He has his moments just like anybody else.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some information that you don't know about QUANNEL X.
Okay, what's that?
Okay, he is robbing black people, Mexican people, white people, people. He is robbing people of money.
Okay.
Did you know that? Have you heard that story before?
I've heard rumors of that.
Okay, this is not a rumor. I was in Houston for Malia Davis, and I walked with Sheriff with Chief Acevedo
Okay.
when you turn the city pink. Okay, so I know all about Houston. I'm very good friends with Malia Davis's family, and that's not why I'm calling. I'm just letting you know I know about Houston. And I have received stories and inboxes here in Memphis regarding QUANNEL X. And I just want to know, is there any actions or stories being taken in regards to the accusations of all the women and people who have been scammed and thousands of dollars being taken from them because he's posing as a lawyer?
Okay. Do you have any documentation that you can email us?
Oh, yes, I have plenty. I also have a direct number of a person who's calling for the actual attention to this. He has a Facebook group that you can visit and you'll see all the testimonies. The Facebook group is called Victims of QUANNEL X 2022.
Okay. Can you put this all on email?
Sure, give me your email, sir.
It's desk, DESK at KPRC.com. Desk at KPRC.com. Okay.
All right, and I'll be following up with you. What's your name, John?
John Steiger, STEIGER.
Thank you so much, John.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We're not done yet. Hi. Is this Mark? You say Mark Twain?
Fox 26, 20, may I help you?
Yes. I have a news story for you.
Give me a minute, I'll transfer the newsroom. Calling Fox 26 News.
I know they trash because they've been glorifying QUANNEL X when I was down there.
Your story idea or comment. You may also contact our news desk via email at fox26houstonnews@foxtv.com. Due to the volume of viewer calls, we cannot return every call. We thank you for your patience. Thanks for watching from our family at Fox 26 Viewers, and stay safe. Record your message at the
I ain't recording no damn message. I want to talk to somebody.
Fox 26, Mark Twain, may I help you?
Oh, yes, you gave me a voicemail, sir, and I would like to speak to someone. This is an urgent matter.
Right now, I'm saying in front of your news, so I'm just the operator. Can you hold on for me, please?
Mm-hmm.
Fox 26 News. Due to the COVID-19 emergency, please leave a detailed message with your story idea.
I'm putting a big fuck you by Fox 26. I hate arguing with folks this time of morning. I'm calling another number. I'm just not gonna do that. Let's do it. See if they get the if I get the voicemail. Probably the same voicemail.
Isaiah Carey, thank you for calling Fox 26 News. Due to the COVID-19 emergency, please leave a detailed message.
Ain't nobody leaving no goddamn message. Okay, I got one more, y'all. Y'all see I'm trying. Oh no. We got to call the Houston Police Department, see if they know about this shit. Who the hell am I calling? I'm calling the wrong. Where did I get that number from? Oh, that was the wrong number.
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service.
Ain't this a
Check the
bitch?
number and dial again. SP.
They all in cahoots with the man.
Sorry, the number you have reached.
Okay, that was the Houston Chronicle. Let me see. Where the hell is it? Up on your screen, you should be able to see.
Never would have made it.
Stop that. Up on your screen. Damn. Who is that? Did somebody just inbox me? I don't know what that was. Hold on, y'all. I had up there the Better Business. There it is. Look at this. Look at this shit here. Better Business Bureau. He's listed as a lawyer, not accredited. He's listed as a fucking lawyer. No unknown. There's the email. There's a number. I need everybody to call this goddamn number and leave a message and play victim. And then call me. Make up a story. Call me just so y'all can send them to me. 509-2411-901. Tell them y'all know somebody that's a victim and need his help. Call this number right here, 713-221-3200. Tell him you know somebody that's a victim and they need his help. Look at that. Big ass F. Big ass F. I don't understand why no location of his no location of his business. Everything say Mr. Quannell X. Look. Complaints. I've contacted Quannell X last year, 2019, child custody case, and me and my wife paid him $3,500 to help him ways of journalism and activism. After we paid him, who pays for activism? After we paid, we did not see him again, and he did not come to our court case. I reminded him a month before our court case, and he assured me he would be there. I asked him for a refund on March 31st, 2021, because I noticed he had not done anything, and it was over a year since we paid him. He told me at the time he would come to court, and that is when the real journalism begins. Quannell did not show up for our court case. I called and left a message. Where's it? Where was that? Quannell did not show up to our court case. I called Quannell after our court case and asked him where he was. He told me that he was sorry and would give me a refund. I have an audio recording of this conversation. In addition, he asked me to text him my address so he can send my refund, and I did. I'm asking for a refund because nothing was done for my money that was given. He admitted and told me he would send me my refund and has been avoiding me ever since. April of 2021. I was contacted by a man stating he was Quannell X after visiting his website, a Black Panther Party representative that could take the cases for my son for less than my attorney, which my attorney was charging $5,000. He quoted $1,500 and said I could pay $7,000 up front and the difference later. Then after he told me to send the money to his secretary using Cash App, I complied. He the secretary. The cases are related to police brutality. This person, whomever he was, never sent me anything in writing, would not respond when I reached out. When he did, which was about 3 times total, he kept repeating the same information and was providing misinformation about what he was supposedly investigating, but never ever confirmed any information in writing, and everything he mentioned was not checking out. When I contacted the jails and also when I looked up my son's cases online, lastly, I was informed by my attorneys. They stated he scammed several families and he's refused to return their money, and that he has a bad reputation with the courts. To add, he has several lawsuits pending. I have called him, texted him, demand a refund, and even threatened to call law enforcement. He will not respond. I'm out of $700. My last attempt before I reached out to law enforcement and the FTC, whatever that is. Can you please help me? His phone number that reached out is blanked out. Website is blanked out. Thanks in advance. This shit goes all the way back. All the way back. All the way back. So let's go back here to this tab. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Let's go back here to this tab. This is Ricky Jason's tab. The person, he's not the one that contacted me, but someone else did. We saw this. I posted the link to our live right here.
Asked me for 5,000. Told her, please, I contacted Cornell X in 2007 for my son. He asked me for the initial payment of $3,500 to investigate, which he never did. The next time he found me a lawyer and he asked me for $5,000 for the lawyer. Well, the lawyer called me back and told me he couldn't do anything for $5,000. So I told Cornell X, and he asked me for $4,500. He was going to get another lawyer. I never seen the lawyer. Later on, he asked me for $800 for the court's transcript, which I never got a copy of. Stop running from him. Then the next time, he asked me for $1,500 for an investigator, but I never did get no paperwork from him. And to find out, Channel 13 interviewed the investigator, and the investigator said he did it for free. I never got none of my money but $2,000 back from Cornell X. And I only gave him the money because I wanted him to help my son.
All right, all right. Hold on, y'all. I lost the page. Hold on. Let me get it. Like I told y'all, I am now part of this group. And I'm going to be keeping up with this shit here. We're just actually looking at the page. I believe we just saw this. No, we didn't. Let's take a look at this.
Kendra Lacey let us know that she had been victimized by QUANNEL. He owed her money. We got a message to Brother QUANNEL letting him know that we were aware of the situation. Kendra Lacey ended up being able to recover her money from Brother QUANNEL. Well, what Kendra Lacey did, she went and talked to about 20 other people who were also victims of QUANNEL, who he had owed money to as well, to other people as well. From that point, we got phone calls from about 20 other people. Once we got those phone calls with complaints from 20 other people, we went ahead and opened up a full and thorough investigation into the practice of Mr. Cornell X. What we have found was that Mr. Cornell has been guilty of stealing money from the public. He is now in court being sued by a multiple number of people. He has been in this situation before, and what we want to do now is come out and let the people know that we do not condone his actions. He is not a part of us. He is not our leader, even though this is what he claims on all of his social websites. So at this point in time, we are giving a public service announcement to the public once and for all. We're not doing any more press conferences. We're not going to take any more phone calls after we warn the public of this man's actions. If you give him your money, he will take your money without any kind of service at all whatsoever. This has been going on for over a decade in the community in Houston, Texas, and abroad, and we will not stand for it any longer. And if any of the community leaders or so-called community leaders who have accepted this nonsense, we shouldn't have to be the ones to step up to the plate and put an end to this action. Our community leaders should be leading us, but since they are not here to lead us, the People's Party have to take the lead and do what's right, and that's the only thing that we're here for. We want to recover the money for these victims from this brother, Mr. Cornell X, and stop his practices. This is an end to all of the nonsense and the misery that he has caused the poor people of Houston, Texas, and abroad. And at this time, we'll take any questions that you may have. Go ahead. Well, there have been some attempts before, and people are basically in fear. People don't know what to expect. It's kind of like David going up against Goliath. You're facing a giant. He's been in the media for a very long time in the public eye. So he's gained a certain amount of fame and trust from the community, or so-called trust. Well, this is
Hello?
Mr. Ben Hall's office law firm. He does business with Mr. Cornell X.
Hold on, ma'am. I
And
can't
so
hardly
we're
hear you.
standing
Hold
out here
on.
in front of the law firm of his office because he's a cohort of Mr. Cornell. He's
I
helped
can't hear you.
Mr.
Hold
Cornell
on.
on several occasions. And we
second.
don't want anyone doing
Trying
any
to
kind of
find out where
fraudulent
this-
business with this brother,
where I can
helping
turn
him in any
this
of his
down.
practices.
Okay, hello? Yeah.
Okay, you had called concerning your membership?
Oh, y'all can call me for my membership, but you can't help me with a complaint in Houston.
No, ma'am. Hold on just a moment.
No. I already talked to them.
Okay, the young lady just told me. Okay, spell your name for me because
Barbara Burris. I paid my dues online. It might be like 2 years behind. I don't know. That house fire, so.
Okay, you did it online?
Yeah. I got my card.
Okay, do you have the card? Because I'm not showing it in our portal for our.
Maybe I'm part of somebody national. I have to find
You
it
may
then.
be on the national, yes, ma'am, because I looked it up under their national portal for us, and I didn't find you up under our unit, so it may be up under different unit.
Okay, so I guess I will see if I can find that card, and then I guess I'll call you back. So how much is y'all union dues? I mean, how much is y'all dues? Same thing, $30 a year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
well, I'll give y'all a call back.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you so much for calling me.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye. Now, where were we? I don't know exactly where he was.
The People's New Black Panther Party. We have been around for a while, getting out in the community, doing work, feeding homeless, anybody that needed any kind of assistance at all whatsoever. A lot of time people get us confused with being with Mr. Cornell. We are not with Mr. Cornell, but like I said before, he uses that in order to to ride off the Panther name in order to gain the trust and the admiration of the people. Just an age. We're like the seed that they drop. They're in their 70s and 80s, we're in our 30s, 40s, early 50s, but we're here to carry on the same thing, the same message that they had. We still work off the same 10-point platform, and we have a relationship with the original party as well.
You say QUANNEL's taking this money from people, not doing what he promises to do for them. What is he doing with it?
We have no idea, but from his lavish lifestyle he lives, apparently he's using the money for his own benefit. We can't reveal any of that right now at this time.
Talk to me about what went through your mind, or how did you feel when you first heard that these actions were happening?
Well, I had actually saw a clipping with Cornell about 5 years ago, before I even entered into the movement and anything. So when I first heard it, I wasn't totally oblivious to any of the so-called accusations, because to me at that time, they were only accusations. There was nothing that I had found to be concrete because we hadn't done any investigations. We only seen news clippings and word of mouth. When we actually put our hands and went into the investigation, we were very disappointed in what we found, and it's very hurtful to have to come against another community, brother in the community, who's supposed to be out here doing work. So it's not a good thing that we are standing here today. This shouldn't be happening to anyone in the public at all whatsoever, especially when you're doing it to poor people who have lost homes behind this. You have elderly people, you have younger people who are on their way going to college, who he has taken money from, and it seems that he doesn't even have any remorse at all whatsoever. And so we're just trying to help these victims recover all of their money. That's our main thing. But it's not a good thing. It's very painful to be standing here today. Right.
Where is that gentleman, and what is the role of Mr. Vincent now in the recovery of those?
What brother are you talking about? Ricky Jason or
Yeah,
one of the
Mr.
victims?
Jason.
Mr. Jason was the one that actually started the Facebook page Victims of QUANNEL X, which was very good for him to do. We appreciate Brother Ricky for doing that and bringing that forward. And if anyone in the public want to go and check out these stories for themselves, like I said, there's a Facebook page that has been created called Victims of QUANNEL X, and we urge everyone to go and look at these stories for themselves.
And so, what is your relationship with Mr. Jason, this particular effort?
I just spoke to Brother Ricky Jason a couple of days ago. We've been working together. This is how we got to this point, by working with Brother Ricky on this.
And then Mr. Vincent, Mr. Dixon, what is your role?
The fact that he was kind of created a distrust within your community. What do you have to say about this? How do you feel what you said?
Well, this is why we had to come out against this brother and let the public know once and for all that Brother QUANNEL X is not a Panther. He was removed from the party in 2002, and so it creates a distrust with the Panther Party and the public. It creates a discontent. People, one of the first things that people ask us are, y'all with QUANNEL X? We have to go through the explanation, and all that. And so people have a tendency to shy away from dealing with us or wanting to come in and join in and help with the community work simply because of the name that he has put on the party. But today we are here to reclaim the name and just let everybody know it's a brand new day in Houston, Texas. There's a new sheriff in town. We go by the People's New Black Panther Party, and we are here for the public to help. We're not here to hurt anyone. If anybody feels like they have been wrong, they can always contact us, and we're going to do what's best and advise them on what's the best thing to do. There have been some previous protests at this location with some of the victims of QUANNEL X. I don't know the exact dates, but they have been some. At least 20 people so far have contacted us.
So what's the next step? Now you have had this press conference
Mm-hmm.
to warn the public. You have an email address and phone number for them to contact you. The Facebook page is still active for people to interact with the information.
Correct.
What's next?
Well, what's next is to follow up on the story, to keep at it. What has happened is when people have exposed this brother before, no one followed up on the story, no one made sure all these victims recovered their money. The next thing for us to do is to deal with these victims on a one-on-one basis, assess all of their cases at a time, and guide them in the right direction of getting their money back. And we're not going to stop until every victim has recovered their money back.
So we know that at least one of them has filed a lawsuit, has a court case. Do you know how many of the truly have filed lawsuits and the status of those?
No, we don't know exactly how many have filed lawsuits at this time, but there are a number of different lawsuits that have been filed. And also there have been criminal charges filed against Mr. QUANNEL for theft of services as well. So that's something else he'll be dealing with as well. Those charges, I don't know the exact date when they were filed, but they were filed by Mr. Nate Lewis, who was one of the victims who actually recovered their money in a lawsuit. Yeah, it was very recent. The total number of people, we don't know exactly right now, but it's in the upwards of the dozens. It's Yahcanon, Yahcanon, then Yah, Benyah. No hyphens. Yahcanon, first name, Ben, middle name, Yah, Yah is the last name. 3 words, Yahcanon Ben Yah. I'm the national chairman of the People's New Black Panther Party. You brother welcome. Got any more questions? No, not at all, man. We said everything. We just warning the public, man. Dealing with this brother, it's you in for it. That's the only thing that we can really say. We're not going to continue to do press conferences over and over again. We're not going to continue to put the word out. This is going to be the last time we ever put the word out. If people don't get it by now, then they never will get it, and they have to go off on their own and deal with whatever they have to deal with at this point. But we're not dealing with it. He is not a part of us. and we're not going to continue to let them have a bad name for the Panther Party. We want to be very honorable and respectable in what we do, and we don't want to support brothers who are giving a bad name to this community or calling themselves activists and turning around and hurting the community that they should be supporting.
And can you also clarify that when people are faced with injustice, police brutality, a number of issues, there are places you can go with righteous people who are not going to ask you for money to have you.
Correct.
Can you clarify that, please?
Yeah, if you need help in the city of Houston, Texas, or abroad, we are a national organization. You can contact the People's New Black Panther Party. I gave you the email address already. We will either direct you or assist you in the proper way that you should go in order to handle your case. If you need assistance with a lawyer and you don't have the money, we can best assist you. We can raise funds. We can get lawyers to work on your case pro bono. But just because you are poor does not mean that you have to have money in order to get some help in this country. There are places that you can go to get some help. You just need to come to the right people. And whenever you go into the wrong people, you ignore it, because the first thing they're going to do is ask you, how much money do you have? Any more questions? Anything else we should add? That's it? All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank everybody for coming.
What's the best number to reach you?
The number I get 832.
Is this your number?
Yeah, personal.
832, I don't know.
294 8922.
All right, y'all. So that's it for that right there. Looks like the Panther Party has disassociated themselves with this man. They've done all they can do. They're really tired of saying it over and over. And once again, this is the group you can join if you want to stay up to date. This is Mr. Ricky Jason. He's the one that started this group. And I just don't know what else I can do. I've done all I can do. I got one more place I can go. And I'll have to make a personal phone call. So this young man is doing all that they can do. Let's hear this.
I'm one of the representatives of Dick Gregory's Voice of the People. I'm the protege of Ricky Jason, who is also the protege of the late and great Dick Gregory. My message is very simple. It's one of warning to explain that Dick Gregory, Voice of the People, we're activists who is a very peaceful organization who stands for justice. We have files dating back as far as the late 1990s to present day of victims who simply desire justice. They're requesting for their funds that they have given to QUANNEL X with the agreement that he would represent or support by showing up for court dates or speaking on their behalf to legal representation on behalf of those family members that were incarcerated or pending incarceration due to the outcome of their cases. However, to date, families have not received reimbursement nor have received the services that should have been rendered for the funds that they've placed in the hands of QUANNEL X. So we're bringing warning to the communities in Texas and abroad. Most recently, a few years ago, the New Black Panthers held a news conference just so that they too can warn individuals that they are not in any association with QUANNEL X. This is an injustice to many, because nothing has been resolved and funds have not been reimbursed. So, to the victims, those that I have spoken with, and those that I've only seen names in your situation and files, you have our sympathy. I know that that's not enough. I know that you want your funds back and you do want justice. Dick Gregory, voice of the people, we are aware and we're going to do all that we can. And this is one way of bringing awareness to the communities that we serve, that there is a grave injustice that has been done to the victims of Cornell X. There is a group that you can join and you can hear firsthand testimonies of the victims of Cornell X. It is here on Facebook and it's called Victims of Cornell X 2022. Thank you for listening to this message, and we hope that there are no more victims and that one day justice shall be served. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the group once again. Everybody feel free to join. And it says I lost connection, but we're going to end this live. We're going to end this live. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. Love, peace, and unity. And that's just something I want to share. He's not welcome in Memphis. He better not come here. Love, peace, and unity.